my favorite president, the best president of all time.
Donald Trump, he gets to hang out with young and have 50 different wives and just...
Samuel L. Jackson on Trump. I've never been on that.
Nicki Minaj is getting dragged and clowned from every direction. And honestly, she brought a lot of this on herself. Everyone is coming for her, and the latest person to throw shade isn't holding back. According to Samuel L. Jackson, Nicki has no idea what she's walking into. He says she's clueless and doesn't realize that Trump and the MAGA crowd are using her for their own agenda. They're laughing at her, not with her, and she can't even see it. Samuel has never been a Trump supporter. He's criticized Trump for years, called out his policies, and made his feelings very clear in interviews and on social media. He said that staying silent makes people complicit, and when asked about black celebrities backing Trump, he didn't mince words. Samuel said they're either cowards or willing to do anything for a check. He explained that when he looks at Trump and the Republican Party, he sees the same people who tried to keep him in his place growing up. To him, they don't care who you are. If you're not one of them, you're the enemy. That's why Nicki going full MAGA is sad in his eyes. Samuel's point is simple. The people Nicki is aligning with don't really respect her. They don't need her loyalty. They need her image. The moment she stops being useful, she'll be thrown under the bus. Nicki may think she's making power moves, but in reality, she's being played. At a recent Trump summit in Washington, Trump even joked about her finances, and the men around her laughed at her, not with her. Nicki laughed along, thinking she was in on the joke when really, she was the punchline.
And Nicki makes a lot of cash. Not as much as Michael Dell, not quite. Not as much, but that's okay. But Nicki makes
Is this entire situation going all the way over Nicki Minaj's brain and her spidey senses as the whole room just laughed at her and she thinks they're laughing with her?
It's like Nicki really has no clue that everyone in that room sees her as nothing more than a prop and a token. And let's not forget, the same Republicans she's now out here grifting for were openly hating on her back when she was anti-Trump. Take Charlie Kirk, for example. This guy used to drag Nicki all the time, calling her a bad influence on girls.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs, and role models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls.
But fast forward to now, and Nicki is out here cozying up to Erica Kirk, repeating some of the wildest MAGA talking points. Think about it. When has a conservative white woman ever lectured white girls to stop making black girls feel insecure about being black? Exactly, never. Yet that's exactly what Nicki is doing now. At her Amfest appearance with Erica Kirk, she went on a rant about how black girls aren't respecting blonde, blue-eyed white girls, framing white girls as the real victims because their looks are supposedly being downplayed.
That we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty. If we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women? Amen. Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty.
And let's pause for a second and think about how crazy this sounds. When in U.S. history has the beauty of blonde, blue-eyed women ever been downplayed or disrespected? That standard has been worshipped, celebrated, and treated as the ideal for decades. Now Nicki is out here acting like white girls are somehow oppressed or underappreciated for their looks. But honestly, Nicki doesn't seem allergic to embarrassment, because everything she's done lately feels like one long public humiliation.
Dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president.
It's honestly hard to tell what's going on with Nicki at this point. We all remember when she was openly anti-Trump, calling him evil and dragging his immigration policies. Now it's a complete 180. Not only is Nicki cozying up to Trump, she's sucking up to everyone around him. Just the other day on X, she congratulated Trump advisor Alex Bruesewitz on his wedding, calling him her dear friend. Let's be real. Nicki probably didn't even know who this guy was 5 minutes ago. Now suddenly every MAGA figure is her close friend. The same Bruisewitz she's praising has been linked to controversies for years, including hiring a comedian who mocked Puerto Rico as a floating island of garbage. And Nicki is from Trinidad and Tobago, so does she really think these people respect her? We all know how they talk behind closed doors. Like Samuel L. Jackson said, when he sees Trump, he sees the same people who tried to keep him in their place growing up. But Nicki refuses to see it. Instead, she's auditioning for approval from people who wouldn't care if she disappeared tomorrow. So what changed? She was criticizing Trump as recently as 2020, so she's not uninformed. Something clearly shifted. Now people are speculating that Nicki may be compromised and that MAGA has leverage over her, possibly tied to the legal issues involving her husband and brother. Whatever the reason, this sudden flip doesn't look natural, it looks desperate.
Dave, Jelani Mirage showed no emotion as the verdict was read. He was found guilty, as you mentioned, of predatory sexual assault against a child. He's facing 25 years to life in prison. In the moments before the verdict, Jelani Mirage's attorney says Mirage felt confident that he would be acquitted of all charges. But minutes later, Mirage's mother, Carol, walked out of the courtroom alone with only their attorney. Prosecutors say Mirage in 2015 repeatedly had with his then 11-year-old stepdaughter. They say he threatened the girl if she didn't comply.
In the moments before the verdict, Jelani Mirage's attorney said he felt confident he would be acquitted. But minutes later, Mirage's mother, Carol, walked out of the courtroom alone with their lawyer. Prosecutors say Mirage repeatedly abused his 11-year-old stepdaughter in 2015 and threatened her if she didn't comply at SO. Knowing Nicki's family history and who she chose as the father of her child, maybe it's not surprising she now identifies with the MAGA crowd. Or maybe she's just desperate for relevance. She hasn't had a major hit in years, and aligning with Trump guarantees attention. Either way, ignorance, pressure, or desperation, Nicki made her choice. And for many fans, there's no coming back. One former supporter said they don't want to hear it if she tries to flip again later. Another wrote that this feels like the end of Nicki Minaj's career. So what do you think is really going on? How does someone go from hating Trump to going full MAGA? Is it desperation, leverage, or her true colors finally showing? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for the next video.